Have mercy on me, a sinner.
The last two Bioshocks have given us amazing adventures in the past. This time around, instead of exploring the deep dark city of Rapture, we are introduced to the bright beautiful flying city of Columbia. We follow the story of Booker D. Witt, who has been tasked with retrieving a girl named Elizabeth in order to pay off his debts. While that is the main story for a portion of the game, other plot points start to unfold when Elizabeth is introduced. Without spoiling anything, I will say that the story is a little difficult to follow at times, but ultimately the story will leave you incredibly satisfied and wanting more. One of the first things you will notice when entering Columbia is how incredibly gorgeous it is. The amount of detail that went into creating this city is something that you rarely see. You do have the ability to explore the world for the most part, but I was so in love with Columbia that I wish I could explore it further. For those of you who do not know, Bioshock Infinite is a first-person shooter with a twist. Yes, you do use many different guns to fight your way through the levels, but you are also granted 8 abilities that you find throughout the game. These abilities are called Vigors. Each one of them is as creative and unique as the last one and gives you the power to set explosive traps or summon a murder of crows to distract your foes, for example. If you want your Vigors to be even more effective, you can experiment by combining them together to create something spectacular. The game did a good job with forcing me to use my abilities. Quite often I would find myself in situations where I would just be using a weapon and in order to save my life would have to use a Vigor to get out of the situation. As well as your health and ability bar, you also have a shield. Just like in the Halo games, your shield will absorb damage and eventually recharge. If you explore in depth, you will come across infusion upgrades, which can then be used to increase your health, salt, or shield bar. A new addition to the franchise is a melee weapon called the Skyhook. This can be used to simply melee enemies or to do a special brutal finishing move. Not only is it a great combat tool, but it is also used to transport yourself around the map. Throughout the world you will see a series of rails that you can hook onto. This allows you to get around the map swiftly, but you can also use it as a combat technique. You have the ability to shoot your enemies while riding the rail, and you can also do a special move called the Skyline Strike. Making your way around the world you will come across money, which can then be used to upgrade your weapons and Vigors. Each upgrade makes your weapons stronger and easier to use, and because they are expensive to buy, Bioshock Infinite rewards your exploration with more money. To further help you on your journey, you will find pieces of gear hidden around Columbia. These consist of a hat, a shirt, pants, and a pair of boots. Each piece of clothing will grant you more perks, such as increased melee strength, for example. Even though Infinite is a single player game, we are fortunate enough to be given a sidekick. Once Elizabeth is introduced to the game, you will find that the gameplay is much different. Elizabeth has the ability to open small portals. This allows you to ask her to summon automatic turrets or even helpful weapon spawns. I found myself relying on her more than I ever thought I would. While looking through rooms, she will point out items to you and even flick you coins, and during combat she will throw you ammo or health packs. While Infinite does not have any big daddies, there are still some really great enemies that you will face. This game's big daddy is known as the Handyman, and they are just as terrifying to face as the big sister and daddy. There is a great mixture of enemies to face this time around, and they were never overused, which keeps things fresh. On a hard difficult setting, the game will always test your abilities to their limits. To help you concentrate on the story and character development, Bioshock Infinite always tells you the direction you must head in. Simply press up on the D-pad and an arrow will tell you where to go. While this is very handy, I sometimes wish I was forced to explore the map to find the next location. The overall experience I had with this game was amazing. While I am sure I could speak about Infinite for a long time, I will be purposefully leaving things out of this review so that when you play it, everything will be as new to you as it was for me. I rate this game a 9.5 out of 10.